Okay, welcome everybody back to Every Man Has a Story. I'm here with my new friend Gabby, and Gabby is coming to us from Thailand. Now, where are you in Thailand, Gabby?
I'm living in Bangkok.
Bangkok. That's an exciting city. I've been to Phuket, but I've never been to Bangkok. Um, and you
Okay.
have an apartment or a house there, or
Condo.
a condo? Nice. And how long have you been in Thailand?
I've been in Thailand for 17 years.
Wow, that's a long time. And where are you originally from, Gabby?
I was born in Chicago, Illinois.
And so, what brought you to Thailand? What made you all of a sudden leave Chicago, that cold, windy place where it's like way below zero now, to go to beautiful Thailand?
Yeah, what made me leave was because, yeah, like you said, it was very cold, and and I really appreciate, I, I don't really like cold weather, so I needed, I came over here for a visit, and then I just fell in love with it. And also, it was like, I was living paycheck to paycheck. Everything's getting expensive. Cost of living in America.
Right.
It's more affordable living in Asia. So we have some things in common, Mark.
And what was your profession back in Chicago? What were you doing?
I was working at the bank.
Okay, at a bank. And so, how old are you? Do you mind me asking how old you are? You look like a very young
Yeah,
man.
sure. Thank you. Yeah, I'm 40.
Oh, wow. So you came at a very, most guys are not fortunate enough to be able to make the jump, to Asia and move there permanently at such a young age. Um, And so, are you doing any kind of work now, or how are you supporting
Yeah,
yourself?
yeah, I'm teaching English.
Okay, that, like I did, yeah. Of course, I didn't teach English. I tutor English. It's a whole different thing. It's like when I was on Cambly. Basically, it's like they're practicing having a conversation with a native speaker. I'm not really explaining the ins and outs of a prepositional phrase or anything.
Yeah,
English is a complicated language. There's a lot of things that don't make any sense in English. Words that sound exactly the same but are spelled differently. Spelled one way in one country, another way in a different country. I mean, it's a complicated language, I think.
exactly.
So, did you get it's called the TEFL, the TEFL certificate, or
Yes, yes, I
yeah?
got my TOEFL certificate, so I'm fully certified.
Now, tell us a little bit about, because I have a lot of my subscribers ask about teaching English online. Um, what is the process to get that? What does it cost? How difficult is it? And uh, and then what happens after you've got it? They send it to you in the mail or what?
You mean the TOEFL certificate, or you
Yeah,
mean
the TEFL
the?
certificate. Yeah, the
Oh,
TEFL. The
yeah, you
TEFL.
have
Yeah.
to go for. Yeah, you have to go for the course, and then you take the
Mhm.
course. It's like 120 hours, and then once you pass the course, and then at a reputable school, then you're fully certified once you get the certificate.
And so, did you do it online? Or did you actually go to a school in America, or?
I actually did it here in Bangkok at a school called ECC.
Now that's interesting. If there's a school that foreigners can go to in Bangkok to get certified to teach English. Wow, that's really interesting. A lot of guys will
Yeah,
find that useful. Um, and so, how much did it cost?
totally, it was like about 20,000 baht, which is about like 600 US dollars.
Okay, so not cheap, but something that I assume it doesn't expire. So once you've got it, you can be teaching English for the rest of your life.
Pretty
Oh, that's
much,
great.
yeah.
How many hours a week do you work?
20 hours per week,
That's
50
what I
minute
was doing with
periods.
Cam. Yeah, 50, 50.
Yeah, 50-minute
And
periods.
is it one child you're working with, or one person, or is it a class, or?
It's a class, like 20, 30 kids, yeah.
And where are the children from? Are they from China, or where are they from?
They're from no, they're Thais. They're at the government school.
Oh, so you're teaching actual in a classroom.
Yeah, in the classroom. Yeah, in the classroom, exactly.
Oh, nice. So that's much more fun, I would think, than teaching online. Very well. You've really found something special there. Wow. Um,
Yeah,
and so, of course, you're learning their language as well. You're learning Thai. When how long have you
yeah.
been learning Thai?
I've been learning Thai for over a year now, about 2 years, and I speak three languages: English, Spanish, and Thai.
Oh, you're one of those guys that's what do they call it, a polyglot. You're on your way to being a polyglot. I don't speak anything but English. I'm so ashamed of that. I've traveled around the world. I tried, but some people like you have a knack and other people don't. Like my daughter can speak like five languages, and she just picks them up easy, you know. But for me, it's just such a challenge. So good for you. That's great. So now, how are things in Thailand right now? Because a lot of people I talk to, especially expats, guys like my age, they're back in America or Germany or wherever. They're not happy. They want to relocate to Asia, to Thailand, or to the Philippines or Malaysia. They're trying to decide what country to choose. Now, I heard, like, I was going to go to Thailand myself before I came to the Philippines, and I heard that it was getting more and more difficult to get a visa and stay there on a tourist visa. And then, of course, whole thing with COVID happened. How is that affecting things there as far as being able to come into the country? Is the country even open now?
Actually, yeah, yeah, great questions. Actually, the country is, yeah, it's open, but there's so many requirements that people don't want to come. Like, for example, the 14-day quarantine that is required, and then you need like you need the the COVID test. I think it's called
Hmm.
PCR test or something like that.
Right.
And then you need like all this
And
medical insurance. Yeah.
oh, you have to. Yeah, that's something else I was going to ask too. Is medical insurance. Like, how does that work in Thailand? Like, I had read or saw online before I decided to come to Asia that in order to go to Thailand, if you're my age, I'm 65, that you had to have proof of insurance to get into the country, health insurance. Is that still true?
Yeah, there that's still true. Yeah, there's a lot of requirements now, and I'm not too sure when the country is going to open. Actually, as a normal, because it's still, like other Asian countries as well. They're not opening it up yet, like Philippines, Indonesia.
Hmm. And so, if you left, could you come back? Like, if you had to go home to visit your family or something, could you get back in on the visa that you've got? Excuse me.
Probably, probably not because I need that COVID insurance, and I don't, I wouldn't want to do that 14-day quarantine.
Yeah, that'd be hard. I assume they're making you go to a certain hotel that they choose that can be quite expensive. I spoke to someone the other day
Yeah.
who was from Canada and had gone overseas for work, and they had gone for several months. And when they returned to Canada, they had a new law where you had to quarantine for 14 days, but it was in a special hotel. And no, it was actually they got away with 3 days, but it was like $3,000 with everything. So really expensive, to do that. So
Wow.
I don't know what it is in Thailand, and here in the Philippines so far they haven't opened up yet, but they're talking about they kind of follow Thailand a little bit. Like if Thailand does something, Philippines thinks about doing it as well. What about vaccines? Are they vaccinating people over there?
Yeah, I heard that the vaccines are coming, or they're here yet, and now I saw something on Thai Visa that now they require foreigners to be vaccinated, and that we have to pay for it.
I wonder what they're going to charge for that.
Yeah, I'd like to know as well because I'm not too sure if Thais are getting it for free or not. So, um,
Yeah, they haven't started yet where I live on my island. I spoke to somebody at the immigration office the other day, and they said they are working on it. So I think within the next few weeks, we'll start seeing people, locals, inoculated here in Philippines. So, and then as far as expats, I don't know how that'll work. I'm sure they're not going to give it to us for free, though. So,
yeah.
have you been to Philippines?
Yes, I have actually. I've been to Philippines once, and I
Hmm.
landed in Manila, and I stayed in Sampaloc for 2 weeks. And
Okay.
I've actually, yeah, and I had a great time. And yeah, I love the Philippines. The Philippines is very beautiful. Although I stayed a short time, I had a good impression. But when I left, something funny I want to tell you is that it was kind of funny because when I was at the airport, and then I was like, the only foreigner leaving, and then I looked to my
Hmm.
left, and I saw all these Filipinas just lined up. It was just all these Filipinas lined up trying to leave the country. So I know that they work around the world and everything like that, but it
When
was
when
kind of
when
like
when was
odd.
this? When was this, Gabby?
This
What
was
year?
this was more than 10 years ago.
Yeah, so yeah, a lot of Filipinos work, or Filipinos in particular, work in other countries. They call them foreign workers, and I think that's the Philippines' biggest export is people. You know, they have doctors, nurses, very educated people, but because the wages are so low here, they go and work, you know, on cruise ships, hotels, Saudi Arabia, places like that. I met a guy one time on a cruise ship who was just making pizza in the pizzeria on a Carnival ship, making maybe $500 or $600 a month for working for Carnival, working, you know, seven days a week, you know, 10 hours a day, and he had like a PhD in mechanical engineering or something, and he said he made more money working on the pizza place on the ship than he would back home in the Philippines. And I think that's the biggest problem with this country is the wages are just way too low. People, you know, a family can't survive with just one person working. You've got to have everybody bringing in money, and even then, there's still a poverty level.
Yeah, I hear you.
Now, how are things in Thailand as far as wages and the economy and everything? Has COVID caused a big impact?
Oh yeah, really big impact here, in Asia and around the world. Millions of people are out of, work and matter of fact, I was just doing like, my YouTube videos and I just saw this English school that was there, for many years just closed. And then I went over
Hmm.
to my favorite joint. I like having this taco place that I went to, and that's also closed. So it decimated a lot of foreign businesses and
Hmm.
it's kind of I think yeah it's COVID related, and I think it's devastated the economy for Thai people and foreigners alike.
Yeah, I think places. I heard that places like Pattaya are getting destroyed 'cause there's no foreigners there at all. Like here in the Philippines, they had almost 100,000 expats, guys my age from around the world, that over the last say 7 months have left the country for whatever reason, health reasons, you know, family, taxes, whatever, and they can't get back in. And so the population of expats or foreigners here in the Philippines keeps going down and down and down. And of course, these people, these guys spend a lot of money when they're here, and it's hurting the
Yeah.
economy. Plus, a lot of them have invested in businesses, especially like restaurants and bars. Um, and so, are you married or in a relationship there in Thailand?
Yeah, I have a girlfriend,
Hmm.
Thai
And
girlfriend. Yeah.
I, and assuming that she doesn't have any interest at all of leaving Thailand, does she? She probably loves living in her own country.
Exactly. Yeah, and I don't understand that mentality. They just they doesn't want to travel that much. Just want to stay, with the family and just stay here. And I I
That's
really don't
exactly what
understand.
I hear
Well,
here.
yeah.
I think it's because they haven't been anywhere. Like once you took them to say, you know, Paris or London or someplace like that, and they saw it and experienced that culture, they'd really want to travel and see the world. They still probably want to live in their own country, which is a big misconceptions that Americans have. They think that all these people from other countries want to live in America. They want to come to America and live here. They don't. It's the other way around. The guys are living in their country.
Yep.
So, what do you like to do for fun there in Thailand? Do you have any hobbies or anything you like to do?
Yeah. Last year I just started my YouTube channel, so it's just about just traveling now. Different locations. In terms of my hobbies, I like playing video games. To pass the time. I have a PlayStation. I got a Nintendo. And also, I like working out. I work out every day. I try to stay healthy. And also, I like watching movies. I like traveling, going to the beach. And yeah.
Can you move around Thailand freely? Something else I heard that if you came to Thailand, say you were living in Bangkok and you wanted to go to Cebu, or not Cebu, that's in the Philippines. If you wanted to go to, say, Phuket, that you had to check in with immigration if you were a foreigner, let them know you're going to another city, that they literally followed you from city to city as far as immigration goes.
Yeah, I heard about that, where you have to report if you leave the city. I think some provinces are doing it, some provinces are not. But yeah, I've heard about that. But I've never had to, so no worries.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like Big Brother to me. Um,
Yeah.
and so, when's the last time you were back in America?
Last time I went back to America was a long time ago, maybe about 15 years ago.
Really? Wow, that's a long time. So with your
Yeah.
visa, you don't have to do a visa run, leave the country, go to Vietnam or some Malaysia and come back. You can just stay there for all these years.
Yeah, I can just renew it at immigration and just just pay the money. Yeah.
How much is it for the visa that you've got?
It's about 20,000 baht. It's about like $600.
That's not bad. And that's for how many months?
It's for 1 year.
Wow, that's great. That's really good. Um, but right now, you haven't seen any new guys arriving, or it's just, I guess once you're there, you can stay there, but nobody new is coming in right now. Same here.
Yeah, pretty much. I used to do a lot of border runs. I used to go to like Laos and hop over, just to do a visa
Mm.
run. But yeah, not now. It's just there. There's hardly any foreigners here, and those that stayed here, that they're on a long-term visa. So.
Mm. Do you know any other vloggers that you've met that have successful YouTube channels?
Yes, I have. I've met. I did one interview recently with Sunshine Shoulders.
Okay.
He lives in Philippines. He's also married to a Filipina.
Oh, interesting. So I'll have to look him up. I haven't heard of him. I'll have to look him up. How about
Yeah, he's
there
from.
in Thailand, for
He's.
example, 20 Seconds in Thailand Rob, or any of those guys?
No, I haven't met those YouTubers
No.
yet, but I hope I can meet everyone. But I'm trying to contact as many people as I can, so I can get promoted as well, and my channel can blow up as well, because
Mm.
I wanna I'm doing it every day, and I'm trying to trying to get my channel more popular, but as well.
What's the name of your channel again?
Alexander Coral.
Okay. Well, we'll have it there, and hopefully some people will start watching your videos. It takes a little while sometimes to get going, but I know I've talked to vloggers. They have, like, there's one guy in Thailand, as a matter of fact. I think he's called BC something, and can't remember where he's from. I think he's American, and
Okay.
he's got like 250,000 subscribers, and does
Wow.
basically a travel blog around Thailand. They're really good videos, very well produced. But basically, just him walking around with his camera, going places, doing things, and talking to people. And he's got a good sense of humor. But he goes all over Thailand and been doing it for a while. So yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, I'm trying really really hard, but at the same time, it's overwhelming at the same time. But I'm trying to give it my own. I'm just being myself, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. So anyway, are
Exactly.
you when do you finish your schooling for the Thai? Or it's just a continuing thing? You just keep on going to school, or when did you
Pretty much.
graduate, or when does it finish?
Oh, you mean my
Learn,
English teaching
yeah,
job, or
learning Thai.
oh
You said you were learning
learning
Thai.
Thai.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I didn't stop learning. Now I probably speak the language about 50%.
Okay. That's really useful, when you know they say that's one thing about Thailand or Vietnam. If you want to live there, you really need to learn the language, if
Yes,
you're
if
going
you
to
ever
live there.
decide to come over, give me a ring. Let me know, and we can do a collaboration. We can do YouTube videos together.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, once the pandemic is sorted out and travel's open up, I do want to take my girlfriend over to Thailand, and also to Malaysia, Singapore, to see those places. But yeah, we'll definitely do that. Well, anyway, it's really nice meeting you, Gabby. And if you send me a link to your channel and on Messenger, I'll include it in the description here, and we'll try and get some subscribers and some viewers for your videos. And it was really nice talking to you. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, it was really nice talking to you too. Thank you for your time, and yeah, I'll go ahead and send you my YouTube link on Messenger, Mark.
Okay, thanks up, buddy. Take care. Bye.
You take care, buddy. Take care. See you. Bye bye.
I was okay. Great. Very good.
Do I hit the
Are
leave
you?
button?
No, no.